Welcome to Vector B2B short interview series. Today, we have the pleasure to have with us Luisa Lopes, who is the leader of the Neurobiology of Ageing and Disease group at the Institute of Molecular Medicine here in Lisbon. So welcome, Luisa, and thanks for being here with us today. Can you start by telling us a bit more about the research topics of your lab?
The main research topic of my lab is aging, and particularly the aging impact on glutamatergic synapses. In this context, we are particularly interested in the cognitive impact of aging in the hippocampus using rodent models, and also all the factors that could exacerbate or induce an early aging of cognitive function, such as chronic stress, circadian changes or circadian dysfunction, and also the trigger to neurodegeneration. And we are now focused on implementing new human-based models to study synaptic aging.
So, aging is one of the most significant risk factors for many chronic diseases, posing obviously an important social and economic challenge for society. How can research in aging help cope with these challenges?
So, we believe that research in aging has several components that can help us with the aging or the aging of the society. One of those is to identify the risk factors. So we know that are the blue zones or the hot spots on the planet that in which people have healthy longevity with the overall maintenance of the main functions, either brain and physiological. And so these are very interesting case studies. On the other hand, we need to know more about the mechanisms of aging. So aging research and improving the models we used for brain function is paramount to help us cope with these changes.
Last week, FDA approved a new drug for the treatment of Alzheimer's disease, which is actually the first drug to be approved in almost 20 years. Luisa, do you think we are getting closer to having a cure for Alzheimer's disease? And what are the main challenges, in your opinion, that still need to be tackled in this field?
Regarding the FDA approval of the new drug against Alzheimer's, it's a very complex process. First, because this is a monoclonal antibody that has been shown to be very effective in clearing up the amyloid beta toxic aggregates, but the cognitive benefits have been much more subtle and not so significant. This has actually led to the resignation of some of the FDA officers. And so there's an immense social and political pressure for the approval of a drug that is costly. And so one must be very cautious on the use of those drugs that are not so innocuous in the side effects because of the route of administration. And so my word will be of a very cautious on usage of these drugs. On the other hand, I believe that the approval of drugs based on amyloid beta, although very effective in clearing up the aggregates, do not really show effects on the cognitive decline. And so I hope this approval does not mean a halt or a significant reduction in the efforts of finding other causes or in looking for other factors that could be significant to delay disease progression.
Much is still unknown about the neurological complications associated with COVID-19, short-term, but especially long-term. What questions are currently being addressed at the labs?
There's a a lot of studies being done. So at the beginning, we were very, let's say, concerned about the lack of the odor and the sensation of taste. But now we know that probably those are not central effects. On the other hand, there are several studies that show the ability of the viruses to cross the blood-brain barrier, and in some models we can find the SARS-CoV-2 viruses in the brain. And so we also know there are some neurological complications, namely with strokes that are associated with the viruses. The picture is not completely clear at this stage, but I'm confident that with time and with the necessary distance and as we analyze more patients, we'll have a more clear picture of the true effect of the viruses on the central nervous system.
Thanks for being here, Luisa. It was a pleasure.